I'm going to share with you some of the ways that the approach of yoga therapy and somatics can help you heal trauma. So before we dive in, my name is Joss. I'm a yoga therapist specializing in women's health and wellness. I'm very happy that you're here. Please subscribe and also join the newsletter or see the links below so we can stay connected. I have so many free guides and resources that I would love to share with you. And I share this as someone who has done it myself, and I also help women from around the world do the same. Perhaps you are dealing with something that happened a long time ago or something specific which happened in your womb. Perhaps you have PTSD. For all of this, I can't wait to share this with you, and it can get better. Maybe you're someone who is exploring your healing, talk therapy, maybe a psychologist or a therapist. I did the same, and although I do love this approach and this modality, what I found is that my body needed healing that it wasn't getting. I was really up here trying to do all the healing, which is great. You do need to talk these things through. You do need to process them. But like the book, the body keeps the score. So it's important to connect to your body, to allow those emotions, those feelings, those sensations to release from where they're living in your body. Trauma, it's a big word. I know that, and it can mean so many different things for so many different people. But ultimately, it's a moment where your nervous system didn't know how to respond. And it can cause your nervous system to be dysregulated. Whether it's something that happened a week ago or years ago, right now in this moment, it's very common that your body doesn't feel safe. Which is why yoga therapy is such an incredible approach, because it's about reestablishing safety in your body. Healing trauma means reclaiming your body. When you explore yoga therapy, these are private therapeutic sessions. It helps you reestablish that safety and connection with your body. It helps you regulate your nervous system so you're not stuck in freeze, fight or flight, or you're not easily bouncing between the two. For me, especially after PTSD, I found that I was so easily scared into fight or flight. I was so easily startled, and I wasn't able to have that balance. So now I'm just going to share with you some of the research, some of the practices that can support you, and how easy it could be to get started. All right, so let's get into what exactly these somatic practices help you do. Number one, what are they? The mixture of breathwork practices, inner awareness practices, journal exercises, gentle rhythmic movement, and fascia practices. Some of the reasons that you want to do this, if you're really serious about healing trauma, is that you reduce your sympathetic nervous system activity. You also increase your parasympathetic nervous activity. That is your calm state. That is where we want to be. You can also reduce your hyperarousal with your breathwork practices. Through these body connection practices, you can release that trauma memory from your body. Also, simply, being present and being mindful is incredibly healing and empowering when you're healing from trauma. You need these moments where you get out of your mind, out of the stories, and you get into your body. A big question that I ask my clients when we are doing our private sessions is, how does that show up for you now? For example, in a talk therapy with a therapist, with a psychologist, you're talking about the memories you're processing, which is super important, but also, what you need to ask yourself is well, how does that feel right now? When I think about that experience, when I think about that story, when it pops up throughout my day, where do I feel it in my body? How can I nurture that? How can I be my own healer? And send it love and compassion so it can better release. I know I used to go into a spiral, a downward spiral when a memory would pop up, and the most random things would trigger me when I'd be out on my day, and all of a sudden I'd be stuck in that trauma. And I had no idea how to release it. My breathing changed, my posture changed, I had tension, but I never really knew okay, I can actually heal this right now. I can process and release this. So that's why yoga therapy is so empowering, because it really helps you catch yourself in those moments and soothe yourself. Practicing feeling safe is so important, and that is what the somatic practices do. They allow you to notice what safety and grounding feels like, and remind yourself, I can do this, I can help myself feel this way, I can move forward. Now, everyone's journey is different, so some people feel results after a few sessions. Other people, it takes time, it can take years. For me, it took years. There's so much patience in your journey. There's no rush. This is part of it, is exploring yourself and being kind to yourself. So whoever's watching this, here's something for you to think about. If you can't feel what's happening in your body, it can be really tough to feel certain emotions. You might start to feel fear, or sadness, or grief, and you don't have that connection yet to notice where it lives in your body. For example, mine lived right here. And it was so bad that I would literally be like this, and I didn't even know I was doing it. Because like a memory would come up throughout my day, and then I would go like this, protecting my throat chakra and my heart. And then, I don't even know how much time had passed, maybe like an hour, maybe a minute. And I'd be like, whoa, what am I doing? I had to slowly build that connection of like, oh, when I think about these things, when I have these feelings, I start to hold my body differently. And even this slight little change to notice yourself creates so much transformation within. I used to have neck pain that was so bad, I couldn't even get out of bed. I had to hold my head and get out of bed. It was that bad. I don't get that anymore. And I went to physio, I went to pain specialists. I used to get like a giant needle this big stuck in my neck. Nothing worked. When I did the yoga therapy and the emotional healing, good as new. Nothing. Everything's gone. Because what we feel, whether it's an illness or a chronic pain or anything in our body, it's just not just a physical thing. There's emotions attached to that. There's a spiritual connection as well. So if you are curious, like how can a yoga therapy, like a private yoga therapy approach help me? Number one, you're getting that safe space, which is so important. And feeling safe, it's the only way that you can heal. You're given a space to identify and explore the event or the trauma. So what is it like in your body? Again, what are the sensations? Where do you feel it? What is the color? What is the temperature? Like noticing what it is and how it feels. You're getting curious in these sessions and you're noticing like, how can I respond to this? Maybe you're someone who avoids and resists, like, I don't have time for this, or like, I'm busy, and then you're getting this moment to like, okay, what can I do with what I'm feeling right now? How can I react and respond in a way that helps my body know I'm safe right now? So your body is a resource. Your body is a resource for healing. Your body, through your breathing, your movement, your connection, can help you heal. So something important to note is when it like I said at the beginning, like there's just so many types of trauma that you might have experienced. For whoever's watching this, it's all valid, but we're all coming at this from different experiences. When it comes to serious childhood trauma, this actually changes the brain. It decreases activity in parts of the brain that are linked to physical experiences. Trauma is also affecting your prefrontal cortex. And this is the part of your brain that is linked to compassion, to kindness, to empathy. And what's great about this is that you can actually activate your prefrontal cortex through yoga and meditation. They've done research and studies on this. If you know that you want to heal and you know that you want to move forward in your life to feel better, trust that these small daily practices, if you commit to them, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes a day, they will help you grow parts of your brain, build that connection back to your body, and start to become your own healer. So I really hope that this has inspired you. I hope it's empowered you to be your own healer. If you are curious to explore online therapy to support your healing journey, I am here for you. I am a yoga therapist. I help people from around the world, and I offer free consults, so you can just reach out to me at any time. I also have free resources, so subscribe and connect and just get started today. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm wishing you a beautiful rest of your day. What is your biggest question? Please comment below, and I promise to respond to you.